Hey YouTubers, thanks so much for checking out our video. For those of you that don't know us, I'm Trish.
And I'm Carolina.
We're with Just Dance, and in this series, we're giving you tips to improve your posture and frame, your musicality, technique, and connection in the common patterns of salsa. And in this video, we're gonna be going over your posture, frame, musicality, and technique in the basic step of Salsa On 1. So let's go ahead and get to it. All right, so to get started, we're going to begin by just demonstrating what the basic looks like from an open hand hold. So we're here, Carolina is going to lead. The basic looks like this. We have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. We're going to show you from a different angle. So the leader's back will be to you. 5, 6, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. All right. So the first thing that we want to address, because it's important, is your posture. So when we're dancing, we don't want to be slouching like this, because it can throw off your balance and make it difficult for you to connect properly with your partner. So what I want you to think of is really lifting and extending the spine, making sure your head is back, your shoulders are down and out, your rib cage is closed, so you're not sticking out your stomach or arching your back, but you're keeping it nice and flat in the front, and then your hips are neutral. From here, we want to make sure that our weight is poised towards the ball of our foot. This actually will help you connect better with your partner so that you have a forward positive energy into their hands, whether you're here or here. So if your weight is in your heels, you're gonna have a different type of connection that we wouldn't want to have for this dance. So you have your blocks of weight, head, shoulders, ribs, and hips, all stacked, and your weight over the balls of your feet. I'm gonna take a step this way so you can actually see my feet and Carolina's feet. So when I talk about weight distribution, I mean your weight can go forward without your heels coming off the ground, but they are really light and you could bounce them and feel that you don't have weight in them, but they are on the ground. We're not on our toes. And we don't want to be back here in our heels where the toes come up. That's too far back, so you want to bring your weight forward. This takes us into our frame, which Carolina is going to go over.
Yes, so for our frame, we have two different frames in the salsa. We can have our closed position frame. I'm going to talk about this one first. As the leader, you want to think, well, both of you, you want to think of having your arms in front of your body, like this, instead of like this. Have your arms in front of your body. It's like you're holding a beach ball in between, right here. And then for the leader, I'm going to turn this way, the leader and the follower as well, you want your elbow to be going in that direction.
To the wall. Instead of the ground.
Or up like this.
Yeah.
So make sure you think about those things. And also, like Trish was saying, you're a little bit poised forward. So you don't want to be poising forward like this. So you really want to think about your arms and have that connection and that energy all throughout when you're dancing your salsa.
Right, so again, focusing on keeping the arms in front of the body and not letting them collapse, which would result in that. So keeping the arms in front of the body gives you a little bit of tone so that your leader can communicate more effectively what they want you to dance. So then we go into this connection here, this hold. This is still frame. This is just a different hold. And in salsa, we go through lots of different holds, but we always need to have an awareness of our arms in relation to our body and our partner. So notice that when we're in this open position, both of our elbows are bent. They're not completely 90 degree. They're not like squeezing to our bodies. They're nice and relaxed. So there's a slight bend in the elbow. The hands are relaxed down at the follower's waist. And the leader is like holding cups, and the follower is hooking into the cups. So you want to make sure that you're maintaining this position when you're in an open hold, whether it be single hand, one way, the other, cross. No matter what you're doing with the arms, you want to keep them toned and in front of the body. So don't let them collapse when you're dancing.
For this one, you want to imagine that you're holding, like you're at the club and you're holding a wallet right under your arm. So you don't want to squeeze too tight, because then the wallet is gonna splash. So you really want to just think that there's something here so that you're not like this, but you're also not like this. So when you're dancing in this open hold, you're really just thinking of relaxing but holding something.
Right, and so if we were to dance our basic in this hold, we have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. We're gonna keep dancing and I'm gonna talk. So notice how our arms are just kind of staying still. We don't want them to move all over the place because that can be distracting. And I notice this happens a lot when people dance salsa. But it's distracting from the body action that happens in this dance. So you want to focus on keeping your arms more still and moving as an accent of what the body's doing rather than moving them freely and disconnected. So really focusing on maintaining this position throughout and keeping the arms here while you dance. Okay, so that takes us to musicality. I know you've heard me count a bit through this video, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and that is our count for the basic rhythm of salsa. And I want to explain a little bit why we don't say 4 or 8, if you noticed. Those numbers still exist. It is an 8 count dance. If you were counting the phrase 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is what the music says. But when we're dancing salsa, we don't say it because we're not stepping on it. So notice that Carolina and I are going to step 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now 4 still happens, but we don't move our feet on 4. We can dance our body, we can have an action, but we don't change our feet yet. Then the feet are going to change again on 5, 6, 7, and then same thing. We don't move the feet on 8, so we don't say 8. We only say the numbers of the beats we're stepping on. And this is salsa on 1. So we have 1, 2, 3, hold 4, 5, 6, 7, hold 8. 1, 2, 3, hold 4, 5, 6, 7, hold 8. So when you're thinking of the musicality or the timing for your basic step, you want to really focus on holding and pausing on that 4 and that 8. That takes us to our next part, which is going to be on footwork.
So for footwork, we're always on the balls of our feet. We are going, I bet you can see me right here. We are going ball, flat, and then this 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then when you go back, you're going ball, and then your heel kisses the floor, but don't actually go down because this is really gonna affect your hip motion.
Yeah, your hip swing.
Your hip swing, and it's gonna go all the way back, and it's gonna slow you down as well. So make sure when you rock back, when you're doing that step back, that you don't actually put the heel down. You just work your Cuban motion right here, and then close it. So you go front, ball flat, and then back, ball, kiss, and then close.
It also helps with the connection, not lowering that heel, because it helps you to still maintain that forward poise that we talked about earlier in the video when we were talking about posture. So we'll dance it now in a close position, and you can see that when I step back, my heel will not lower all the way. When she steps back, her heel will not lower all the way. And it may kiss the ground, which means it touches, but we don't put any weight in it. So it's gonna look like this. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. And what this does is it helps us stay towards each other, whereas if we lower the heel, it pulls us back a little bit more. Okay, so we want to make sure, right, so she lost me there. She lost the connection because I pulled too far away from her by lowering my heel. And like she was saying with the hips, it also kind of flattens the hips and it affects the swing, which we'll go into in more detail in another video, so stay tuned for that. But just know that the footwork does affect how your body action moves in this dance, which is the characteristic of salsa, is the way the hips are moving and the body is accentuating the rhythms in this music. So anyway, let's do a quick recap because we went over a lot today. First, we talked about posture. So don't forget, blocks of weight need to be aligned and weight poised forward over the balls of the feet. Blocks of weight, head, shoulders, ribs, hips, all in alignment. Weight is forward on the balls.
And then we talked about frame, which you want to keep it always in front of you, your arms in front of you, and you want to hold a beach ball in between both of you. Keep the toned arms for the closed position. And then for the open hold, you really want to think of just relaxing, not being too tight, not being too tense, but not being too loose, that you start dancing like this.
And then for musicality, remembering to hold that count 4 and hold that 8, so you kind of have a quick, slow rhythm that you're following in your basic step.
And for footwork, make sure that you're stepping with the balls of your feet when you go forward and when you go back as well, but don't lower that heel because it messes up your hip action and your connection as well.
Okay, so let's go ahead and dance a little bit. Join us on the floor, and we're going to dance this time. I'm the follower, I'm gonna put my back to you, and then we're gonna change direction so that Carolina's back is to you as well. So we're here, we're gonna first start in a closed hold, and then when we turn around, we'll go to the open hold so you can get both angles. 5, 6, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, hold. 5, 6, hold. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. One more time. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna turn around. 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Quick, slow. Quick, slow. Quick, slow. Last quick, slow. Woo! You guys did great. Thank you so much for watching our video. If you have any questions, as always, let us know in the comments below.
And don't forget to subscribe so that you can get notifications for our upcoming videos.
Thanks so much. See you soon.